Welcome. I'm Derek Burns. This is Craig Treckamy, my assistant for today. We're at the first episode of Knives and Fire TV, and the topic today is chicken. You always want to find a chicken looks firm, shiny, healthy, even color. The key thing is that it looks like it hasn't been beat up and been through the mill, you know? If you're looking at the chickens in the case and they look dry or wilted, sunken in, like the moisture maybe is gone, this is a good indicator that it's not a happy chicken. But once you've found a nice moist chicken, the one thing I want to concentrate on Knives and Fire TV is to not be afraid of your food, not be afraid to touch your food, to feel your food. And when you're taking apart a chicken, that's no exception. I encourage you to buy the whole chicken when you can, not only to save money, but because it really teaches you to utilize all the different parts. First, I'm going to show you how to break down the chicken, some basic butchery skills, and I'm going to show you how to do a few things that are like little tricks of the trade. What you want to do is pull the legs out just a little bit with your thumbs, and then with a boning knife, it's kind of flexible, curved. You can also use a paring knife. You don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on equipment. You can get by with whatever you have. And indeed, when I was first starting cooking, I had one 10-inch chef's knife. It's all I could afford, and I did literally everything with it. So when you pull the leg away from the body a little bit, you put the knife in and just slide it, let the knife do the work. And I'm holding the skin on the breast because I want the breast to have skin later when I cook it. It's a key technique. If you just go right in with the knife like this and cut the skin here, your breast won't have skin when you cook it later. So it's really important that you pull the skin away a little bit and then make your cut just cutting through the skin. We haven't cut any meat yet. Then listen to this. I kind of like this. It's tactile. You got to get your hands in there. But listen to this if you can. Did you hear that little pop when the bone came out? All I did is push from the bottom, and up came that little bone. When I turn the chicken over, I can just run the knife right along, and off comes a perfect chicken leg. We're going to do 2 or 3 different kinds of chicken breasts here, and this one, the first one I'm going to show you is called the airline breast. You may have heard that, or you may have seen it in a restaurant, but the airline breast sounds funny. It's just a breast that's off of the bone, but has the wing attached, and I'm guessing maybe that's where the airline comes in. I'm not sure. So you go make an incision along the last joint of the wing to the bone, and then up to the knuckle, and then twist the knife a little bit. Again, you hear that sound. That's the indication that you've got it right. One little twist, and did you see how that little bone popped out, all Frenched and ready to go to the fancy French restaurant? Now, this part is also really important. You get your hands in and touch the chicken. You can really feel the breastbone there. We're going to make one light cut just to separate the skin, and you can really see the breastbone of the chicken. Then, with the boning knife, we're going to cut right along the breastbone and then separate the breast a little bit. And again, you see my fingers going right in there. It's the way that butchers do it. You use your hands. It's why butchers' hands are always so soft. What I've done is the breastbone and then down on the wishbone like this. Now, you can see I'm holding the breast and pulling gently away, at the same time just pulling my knife back through the bird, not pushing down, but pulling through and allowing the curve and the sharp angle of the blade to take care of the work. This is an airline breast. So it's really a chef's term, a restaurant term for when we're ordering, but it looks really elegant on the plate. And later on, when we get to the go big section of the show, you'll see what I mean when I say it makes for a dramatic presentation. I'm going to show 2 different styles of breast here, just because these are the ones you'll typically find in the grocery store. The first one will be the boneless. So we'll do that same thing we did before. We're going to cut along the skin, separate the skin so we can see the breastbone. One cut along the breastbone. And then I'll turn the chicken this way this time so you can really see. The wishbone is right here on the chicken, connects to the breastbone, comes down like this. So you're going to go cut right along that, and then you can see that wishbone showing up right there. Once you get that far down, then just cutting off of the carcass. But here you have, that's the boneless chicken breast, skin on. Then you want some rocket science? You ready? When you want the skin off, you just take it off. It's really, really easy. The last breast I wanted to show you is the bone on, they say sometimes with rib meat. If I was using a big chef's knife or a cleaver, I would just bang, bang, bang. But since I'm using my boning knife, I have to be a little more careful to find the joint. But chicken bones are not that rigid. They're not that hard to cut through. So you can just push right down. And this would be a bone-in chicken breast. A good way to keep your barbecue chicken moist and flavorful is to leave this on the bone while you're cooking it, as opposed to doing a boneless, skinless. So that's chicken. That's the break it down section. We're going to move on to the basic move next.